Hello, it's Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. This time we've got 3 replays for you in the Skorpion G. Essentially, I had a few viewer requests basically to get some videos out in the Skorpion G, and funny enough, as it stood, I still had some old replays left, which I never used for when I was making when I was free marking the tank. So yeah, I thought I'd get them out for you. So like I say, they are older replays, but hopefully you'll still enjoy them. If you do like the video, I do actually have 2 other Skorpion G replays on the channel already. Got the 5 Arc of Excellence video and another one with some good videos in. But like I say, I thought it'd be nice just to clear out some of the old videos. So here we go. The first game we're on Skorpion G from the South Spawn, and it is team destruction, so we don't have to worry about capping. And what we're going to do, we're going to pop to the sort of usual bushes at the start location just to see. I've noticed I like tanks playing quite aggressively, so I've got a good chance of him spotting some enemy tanks, and if he does, I'm going to be able to punish him with that 490 alpha which Skorpion G does have. One thing I really like about the Skorpion G is it almost plays like although it can play like a traditional tank destroyer, it sort of almost plays a little bit like a medium. You know, it's on obviously a medium chassis on the Panther 2 chassis, and yeah, it's got really decent mobility. Obviously it's got no armour because the turret is made out of paper, but you can sort of play it like a medium tank, which is quite nice, and relocate to different locations. So you see here we've worked out quite nicely on the cross. We've managed to take out a full health tier 9 already, whacking us up to 1000 damage at the start of the game. Now, a lot of our team is played quite heavy on the right hand side of the map, so it's given us a little bit more of an option to push a bit more aggressively into these sort of bushes at the front, hoping that I might be able to stay concealed with the bushes, because the Skorpion G camo is actually not too bad, considering it's a relatively chunky tank. But yeah, so you can see here I'm looking for some shots into this 52p, trying to conceal myself by using these sort of 2 bushes in front of me so I don't get lit up, and as well as the fact that there's buildings to my left which are sort of blocking the hard line of sight from the guys sitting on the hill on the 1-2 on the sort of B1-2 line. And yeah, so just looking for the shots where I can, and see if we can get any damage. You see this little building on my left, that's quite important because that's what I'm using as sort of hard cover to block myself from the hill basically on my left hand side, while using all the bushes just to get shots in. It looks like we've pretty much taken care of that side, which is now allows me to play this ridge with a lot more freedom. And we spotted this Jag Tiger, and you see while we're shooting behind the bushes, he's not going to light us up. We got one for his track wheel and penetrated him, but he did repair that. But fortunately, he's still where he was, and I managed to get another shot in blind, putting us up to just under 3k worth of damage. He is running now, and we get another shot in. We're hoping we can finish him off, but I think he just gets behind that building before we can. But this is, like I say, on this Westfield map, when you do win that side, you can use this position quite nicely, and just using these bushes, there's quite a lot of sort of foliage and cover, stopping yourself getting lit basically. But yeah, at the moment I don't really need to move up because I don't have to worry about being, capped out, because there's no cap at the moment. Most of my team's on the right hand side, so I'm going to kind of like just wait till stuff gets spotted, just take an opportunity to get some shots in, knowing that I should have a little bit of cover. The only thing is, I did just notice there was a light tank which has just gone down the, looked like it's started the flank round, which could have caused me a problem, so I'm going to relocate a little bit over to this side of the ridge now and try and use the bridge bushes over here. Unfortunately, I do try and snap the shot into general and it doesn't pay off, but hoping we can finish him off anyway. We do aim that one in and we pick up another kill, taking out a tank. It's a relatively close game. It's like 8 versus 7. But it's kind of like I've always sort of felt quite in control of this game. I haven't lost any hit points there, and I've already got up to sort of 4k damage. So I've having a decent start. But like all things, you don't want to throw this game away. You want to just look for more shots. I'm just going to have a look to see what more I can do basically from this position. I don't want to just push straight up because it only has 1,150 hit points, this tank. So although you can play quite aggressively, and I quite often do, it doesn't take long to lose those hit points, especially if people will fire sort of HE through your turret. But yeah, so I'm just going to sort of take my time and just see if I've got any more shots. Now I've seen this UDES 14 medium, Swedish medium, and I'm hoping I might be able to try and get up in between these buildings and see if we can put some damage in. We could probably 3-shot him, and yeah, we're hoping so we can take him out. Because then that will allow us to maybe use a little bit more of his position. So we see him there, we get a nice shot in, and we actually set him on fire now. So he's actually now a 2-shot to us because he's got sort of 490 alpha. So we're hoping we can finish him off. Unfortunately, it looks like he just gets in between those buildings, and I can't quite get the shot in basically. So I'm just looking to see if I can get a shot, but then I get shot in the back of the rear of the tank. And that's obviously from that light tank, it's now pushed all the way around, so I can't stay where I am. It means it's kind of, I'm going to have to push further forward to see if I can take out this UDES, because otherwise I'm just going to get farmed in the back by the light tank. And there you go, you can see it's just got spotted up now on the mini-map on the right-hand side. I couldn't have stayed where I was because I would have just got farmed. Unfortunately, I don't manage to get that shot into this UDES, and now this Huntsman, he's got it in for me, and he's just going to full send me, and I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I'm probably dead at this point, because like I say, it doesn't take a lot to lose all your hit points in the tank, but he does get shot. We do manage to finish him off, but then the general comes in and finishes off. But yeah, I'm not going to stay there and wait, so I skipped ahead, and we'll just get to the result scene and we can see how we did. So we managed to pick up 3 kills, 5,200 damage, the high caliber. So yeah, we didn't get much assistance in that game, but yeah, we come top of the scoreboard, and like I say, pretty decent game to start us off there. So I hope you enjoyed that one, but stay with us and I'll see you in a bit for the second replay of the video. Okay, welcome back to the second replay of the video. This time we're on Kasserine, and it's a tier 9 game, not a tier 8 game this time. We've got no fun police again, so that's very nice. Yeah, so we're on Kasserine, we've got the south spawn, so I'm going to move up from this type of spawn. I like to move up to the sort of the left hand side of the map, sort of the sort of front left hand side, to try and get underneath those ridges just early game, and yeah, just see if we can get any shots on while the enemy crosses over. See what we spot, work out, get a feel of the game just to see where everyone is located. And then we can work it out from there. We can just get a bit of intel so we know what's going on. Because obviously if we come here and there's absolutely no one here, then we're going to have to, make a decision, either push more aggressively, or just think, where are the enemy? Are they camping, or have they gone the other side of the map? But yeah, so we're pushing over, just trying to get over to this second ridge. This is where I like to be, especially when there's no fun police. I'm getting up nice and early because I've got it pretty quickly with the speed of this tank. And I like tanks going over aggressively, so he's going to get us a bit of early intel. So we can see clearly here that some things are going to cross. We're hoping we can get a few shots of early damage in. Get a nice one through the tier 9 concept 1B. We can see another heavy tank's going to make the cross, and we get another shot into him. Already up to 1,000 damage. This thing can rack up the damage pretty quickly. This enemy bulldog's driving like a madman, and we managed to get a shot into him as well. So start the game, 3 shots, 3 pens. We can't complain with that. Unfortunately, we do take one in which, I don't know, was that from the Hawk maybe? Or maybe that bulldog just snapped us. But yeah, we only use a little bit of hit points. So now this enemy, sort of Hawk 30, he is in a nuisance position for me, and I really want to take care of him quickly if I could. Especially if he was shooting at me, and he was shooting at me with his HEP rounds, it'd easily pen my turret, and that would be quite nasty for me. But yeah, I'm just going to try, and if we can, try and take out him. I'm waiting for him to make a mistake, but it doesn't look like he's already he's took the early punishment for poking up too high, and I'm not so sure he's going to make the same mistake twice. But yeah, I am waiting just in case to see if I can take him out. He is running from that location. I have a quick look over my shoulder just while I'm reloading, just have a look to see what else is there. I noticed that there is a light tank and an enemy TD on the right hand side of the map, so it's something I've got just to remember for later on the game. It's always good to just try and remember the the last of enemy locations. Here I get a bit really impatient here, and I eat a shot because that was always going to happen. It could have been worse, to be honest, for me overpeaking like that. But yeah, fortunately I get away with only losing 1 pen, and we then do take out the Hawk 30, which is really nice, taking out a light tank. But you can see you've got 2 enemy light tanks now behind. I've swapped to my mini map, the small map, because I want to see exactly what's going on. I want to be able to catch these lights out if they come round, and they do just full send into us. We put one into the T-34, they're chasing this light tank down, just being typical light tanks at the moment. We're hoping we can finish off one of the T-95, which do. Our friendly tank actually managed to take out him, our friendly T-95. And now we've just got to be a little bit careful because there's still this T-54 Tier 9 light tank behind us, and we don't really want him to come round. But then as backing up, with me worrying about them, I've now got a shot from what looks like the ISM, and that's now put me onto a 1 shot, which is going to, well, 2 shots to T-54, but 1 shot to most things, so it's going to cause a little bit awkward. So there's still a long way to go in this game, but we do manage to take out that SU. That TD we spotted early, he wasn't paying attention. Really glad that shot went true, because that sort of relieved a little bit of pressure, putting us up to 3,300 damage. I'm just waiting for this T-95 to go round, and then I'm going to essentially, you can see where all the enemy teams are located now, down the 1 sort of 2 line. We're thinking if we actually get up to this ridge, we're going to get some really nice side shots into them, because our friendly team's already sort of won the right hand side of the map, so we know there's not a lot there which has got shots into us. So we're really now to get ourselves into a really nice position. You see I've got all these juicy shots there, a lot of stuff I can start farming. I have got to be careful, because like I say, I am now 1 shot, which is just a little bit awkward, because it would have been nice to be able to eat 1 shot here if I needed to. But, you know, nonetheless, I'm just going to wait till I lose my 6th sense and then see if I can get another shot in, you know, picking up some more damage. We're going to go for the T-54 mod, you know, get a nice shot in here and actually set them on fire. But this is why I like to use the small map in these situations, because we've been alerted now there's heavy tanks coming behind us. We don't want to allow him to sneak up onto us, because he will easily 1-shot us. So we've got to pull up. We do have cover by this sort of TDs and stuff with us, so I'm just going to wait and see. Now I've seen his shot, so I know he's going to reload. He can't hurt me, so I've got to go around and get that shot in. That's always important. If you know on someone's shot, you have to just take, you know, unless they've got a really quick DPM, because now he's on a 1-shot to me, so I know that I'm safe, where before he would have been a 2-shot to me. And yeah, so now we're able to take him out, and our friendly Amex actually finishes him off, and we can go back up to this location to see if we can get any more shots in at the end of the game, because we're pretty just a decent game, sort of 5,200 damage, 400 assistance. It is clean up time now. But yeah, unfortunately with that heavy coming around the back of me, I think I could have got a lot more damage if he didn't come round. But because I missed an opportunity to farm a lot of damage. But I had no choice, because otherwise he would have killed me. So unfortunately that is pretty much it for this game. We don't manage to get any more shots in. But yeah, we still had a pretty decent game in the Tier 9 lobby. Picked itself over 5,000 damage, over sort of 400 assistance. Getting ourselves top of the scoreboard and picking up 2 kills. So yeah, that's it for this replay, but we do have one more final replay to come. One thing quick to note, you see how much silver I make there, even though I'm firing full premium. This thing makes a lot of credits, you know, because it's got that high caliber gun, so if you're hitting them shots, like even firing full premium, you make a lot of credits with this tank. But yeah, that's it for this replay, and I'll see you in a bit for the final replay of the video. Okay, so here we are for the final replay of the video. And as I say, it is some old replays I had saved up. So we're on Fredvang, which is a modern war map, which at the time was in the World War II matchmaking lobbies. And thank God that Wargaming, you know, came to their senses and removed them from the World War II lobby, because they were never designed for World War II modes, you know, at all. They were just far too big. But yeah, you know, they're not in there now, which is great, because they just didn't make sense at all. But this is a tier 10 lobby, so yeah, we are on bottom tier. There's a lot of tier 10s on this one, but we're not going to stop it from us actually pushing quite aggressively and end up having a really good game. And this replay just shows you how quickly you can rack up the damage in this tank, because this is not a very long replay, spoiler alert, but you do rack up a lot of damage considering. So yeah, we're on encounter, and what we're going to do, we're going to push up to try and use the ridge at sort of like the F7 position, because we know if we get halfway up that ridge, or if we win the ridge completely, we'll be able to farm anyone pushing, you know, silly or aggressively to the encounter, because you know it's encounter. A lot of people just rush the cap because they must cap. They've got to cap, even though it's quite often suicidal to do that, which we're going to find out in this replay. So we're going to move up to this sort of location. Already we started the T54 lightweight trying to cap early, and then we've got this E6 driving, you know, like an absolute madman. We put one shot into him, tier 10 tank. We're going to try and get another shot into him. Unfortunately, we fluffed that one. We should have shot a little bit earlier, which is a shame. But we're going to sort of wait now. We know he's going to try and get behind the cover. We're going to aim this and boom, catch him on fire. And that's the thing with these high caliber guns. I think in all the replays so far, I've set at least one person on fire. And this tank sets a lot of tanks on fire because of that high caliber round it's got. These six just popped back out again, and then we've got another shot into him. And I think we've pretty much just taken all his HE there by herself. T54 lightweight's going to get out of the cap now. We're going to try and get a shot into him, which we do. Putting us up to an early set of damage on 2,600, considering the game he's only just gone on. We then got this heavy tank, which he's not going to last long sitting there. We've got one shot into him. He gets absolutely slapped and then just erased from the board, from the map for 3,200 damage. And yeah, now the Centurion, he's kind of a little bit of a nuisance for us behind here at the moment, because all the damage is on the other side, and I want to try and win this hill, but I'm not going to be able to kill that Centurion by myself. So I'm asking this heavy tank to come up with me, and it looks like he's doing so we're now going to be able to push up. This has been pretty much a landslide, isn't it? You know, our team's absolutely destroying them, but we want to try and make sure we get as much damage in as we can. We're looking for the kill shot on this 705. He turns his turret, that's allowing us to put that shot in, picking ourselves up a kill and another shot of damage. We're then going to try and get a shot into this 5k, and boom, we do get ourselves another shot of damage in. And yeah, I don't think, we've not been shot at all yet, and it's just clean-up time now. But it has just been a landslide, you know, because it's meant to be a full tier 10 lobby. But that's what happens quite often when they put these encounter sort of lobbies on. We've got a shot in the Centurion. We're just trying to pull back up. We don't care if he shoots us. We want to make sure, as long as we get another shot back into him in return. And we do get two shots into us, putting us up to just under 5,000 damage. Then we're getting hoed by this TD. Fortunately for us, we haven't lost any hit points. We can actually eat that shot, and then he gets taken out. And now we're just going to try and look to see if we can get any more damage out of this game. I think there's a machine at the bottom. We're rushing down there as quick as we can, hoping we get a shot into it. It wasn't a machine, it was a super conqueror. We'll get a shot into his side, put us up to 5,440 damage. We're hoping we might just get a kill shot in and snap himself up another kill, but he don't, and he get taken out. So yeah, it was a real quick game. But I thought I'd just show you how quickly you can rack up the damage in this game. You know, even in those quick games where they seem like you're never going to get anything done because the game's over and done with. I mean, that was like a 4-minute game, but we still managed to get an ace tanker, a high caliber, and 5,400 damage, and a little bit of assistance. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you enjoyed this replay. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, and happy tanking.